Welcome back. March Madness is underway, and according to the American Gaming Association, $2.7 billion will be bet this year on both the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments. For most, it's just office pool fun, filling out a bracket. But for some, gambling is a life-altering addiction, and it's the subject of tonight's You're Not Alone special report. Bars and restaurants packed with college basketball fans with an appetite for watching and wagering. Since 2021, online betting has been illegal in Michigan.
Tap into BetMGM Casino, and you're entering a huge library full of exclusive games.
Putting a casino right in the palm of your hand.
DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM. I ended up having a total of about 8 apps on my phone.
Yeah, that was on a $2 bet.
Dustin Ritzenhein was all in when it came to gambling on his smartphone, especially slot games.
The quicker the better for me, and it was really easy to win on slots.
Dustin's phone is still filled with screenshots of winning spins, and it's those big wins that fueled his passion for playing.
Then, right after you hit that jackpot, you're like, okay, well, this can pay for this, and then you just start, okay, well, I can win this and pay for this, and it's just this roller coaster you're on.
Dustin says he got on the gambling roller coaster when he was just 9 years old.
Getting $1 scratch off and won $100.
He says he continued to scratch the gambling itch when he turned 18 and received thousands of dollars in high school graduation money, financing several trips to Soaring Eagle Casino.
Blew all of my graduation money pretty much at the casino.
Traveling to gamble was one thing, but for Dustin, phone wagering was a game changer and quickly became a 24/7 addiction.
As I'm brushing my teeth, getting ready for work, I'm gambling. I'm gambling driving to work. I'm gambling at work.
A gambling obsession morning, noon, and night.
And I'm falling asleep playing. And not even, but still gambling. It became that bad.
And the losses began to mount. Dustin says he gambled away the profits from a house he and his wife sold. He then lost his entire retirement savings.
And now I'm at a point where I'm keeping everybody in the dark. I'm lying to everybody in my family.
To try and win his way back to financial stability, Dustin says he applied for 5 different credit cards and all were approved.
I maxed out every single one of those credit cards. And now I reached the point where it's like, well, what do I do?
Dustin says it was his rock bottom, and he was now desperate to find a way out.
I've never in my life had a thought of suicide until I was that deep into it.
That's when Dustin turned to his phone once again, not to gamble, but to call the state's problem gambling helpline.
Gambling disorder has the highest rate of suicide out of all addictions.
Aaliyah Lucas is a gambling disorder specialist with the State Department of Health and Human Services. She says calls to the state's problem gambling helpline have grown steadily with no signs of slowing down.
We call it the hidden addiction because you can't physically see when an individual is suffering from gambling disorder. And most times when we find out that our loved ones are dealing with gambling, they've already taken a financial hit.
You make it look exciting by, showing your friends and family, oh, I hit this big jackpot, but you're never talking about your losses.
When Dustin reached out for help, he was put in touch with Gamblers Anonymous.
It's been life-changing.
Dustin says he hasn't gambled for the past 6 months. He's now going to Gamblers Anonymous meetings twice a week, both in person and online.
Going to the meetings is huge, but also telling your own story, getting it out.
Dustin quickly learned his story was a lot of other people's stories, and he was not alone.
You think you can help yourself, you think you can fix it yourself, but you can't.
And Dustin tells me along with going to meetings, he has blacklisted himself from all online betting apps. The Michigan Gaming Control Board has an application form where you can personally ban yourself from all online or on-site gambling. We have a link to that form on our website in this story. Now, if you or someone you know has a problem with gambling, you can call the Michigan Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-270-7117. We also have a list of local mental health resources on our website, WILX.com.